Sagaji TV.
What's good? This is Sagaji TV. You heard me right. Sagaji TV. I am Shauna Sagaji, host of Sagaji TV, and I am also an author and voiceover actress. I want to feature, since I am an author, I want to feature more book content on this channel. Not always just me promoting my books, which is here, and here. And I'm currently in the process of working on another book. This one I'm really excited about. It is romance, surprisingly. I am not a big romance person, but I was like, why not? But right now, today in this video, what I want to do is feature Black authors, chocolate authors, melanated authors, authors of color, kinfolk authors, just cause. And I think I'm gonna make this a regular thing where I'm just featuring these authors, and I will link their books down below. Even that being said, I'm telling you now, I have not read these books. I'm going to read the description or blurb of these books for the first time right now. I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad, I don't know. I just want to feature people who look like me, because I'm realizing more and more that there's not a lot of us out there creating books, so why not push those books? So the first book I am featuring, I think I'm gonna do this where I feature like at least 3 to 5 books per video. Maybe I'll do this once a week, multiple times a week, I don't know. If you are an author and you want your book to be featured in one of these videos, hit me up at shaunasagaji@gmail.com. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So 52 weeks. This book is called 52 Weeks, A Party of One by Bianca Pinsley ABA or ABBA. Probably ABBA. So Bianca Pinsley ABBA. So 52 Weeks, A Party of One. Give you the description of the book. Asha. Oh, this is a good way to do my voice. What voice do I want? This cover of this book looks very sensual, so maybe I'll do a sensual voice. Okay. Asha isn't known to hold her tongue, but until she finds out her boyfriend and her friends are having a... Why am I going southern? Maybe because I live in the South. But okay. Asha isn't known to hold her tongue. Stop going southern. I think I'm gonna go southern just because sultry southern vibes. Okay. Asha isn't known to hold her tongue, but until she finds out her boyfriend and her best friend are having an affair this New Year's Eve, this sends her packing. She leaves Denver and moves to Dallas to have the time and space to process the betrayal. Spending time alone also spotlights other issues she has been trying to conceal. Her broken relationships with her mother, her growing apart with her brother, and the impact of her late absentee father in her life. Asha is overwhelmed by everything, so instead of using her time away to do the work, she spends weeks putting it off and indulging in every possible distraction until she hits a wall. Asha will either have to confront the ghosts from her past or continue to pretend they aren't there and let them haunt her until the very end. I really don't think I should have went southern on that one, but I couldn't help it for some reason. My bad. I don't know. Oh, wait, it did say she was from Dallas, but even though I'm in Houston, Texas, I'm pretty sure I have an accent, but is it southern? Or is it, if you walked up to me on the street, if you're from like, I don't know, Denver, Wyoming, New York, could you hear a southern accent in my voice just when I naturally talk? Do you hear an accent? Or if I talk like this, then do you hear the accent? Yeah, you hear an accent, but I don't normally talk like this. Okay, next book is called The Reaper by Jackson B. Brown. The cover is Jackson B. Brown, sounds like a guy, but the cover is of a girl. Ooh la la. Okay, the tagline is "Don't fear the Reaper, join him." Okay. So I'm going to read the description Amy is an empath, able to sense the auras of supernatural creatures that stalk London at night. But solely lacking in knowledge, she spends night after night searching for answers. Gerald is a reaper. Okay, gotcha. A weapon for hire. How you gonna be death and be hired, can be hired to be somebody's killer, bro? Like, that's a conflict of interest right there. Okay, Jared is a reaper, a weapon for hire, on the verge of his awakening, of coming into his powers. Oh, so he's new. He's new at it. And becoming the man his family, they demand him to be. Oh, so it's a family of reapers. That's different. When Amy stumbles onto Jared one night, she noticed his strange aura, unlike anything she's ever seen before, and also, against her better judgment, she helps him. In thanks, he makes her a offer she can't refuse. Become his partner, and he will introduce her to the world she has only ever felt the shallow surface of, the underworld. And their first mention together, find a girl who vanished into thin air. That sounds interesting. It sounds like a supernatural crime thriller. Crime? Yeah, kinda. Well, what crime has there been? Was the girl kidnapped? I don't know. That's interesting. It sounds interesting. Okay, next book. Something called Sageborn. The author name is Rashawn. I think I got Rashawn right, but Shakir. Okay. So Sageborn, the Sageborn Prophecy Book 1. Book 1. Mind you, the book I'm currently writing right now is a duology. So that's new for me. I've only written one-off books, novellas or novels. But I haven't written a duology, but I really want, there's this like 4-book series that I want to write, but I've been pushing it off because like to dedicate myself to a 4-book series, that might be a bit much for me. So right now I'm working on, come on, man, get out the way. All this whim. I'm working on a dual book. It didn't start off that way, and then I realized, okay, yeah, this is gonna be fire. It has to be 2 parts. Anyway, okay, Sageborn by Shakar Rashan. Bel Air meets Legacy meets Cloak and Daggers in explosive and innovative fantasy debut. Bel Air meets Bel Air, like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, like West River Jr. I was born and raised, like Will Smith. Legacies, I'm not sure what that means or what that is. Like the TV show, isn't there a TV show called Legacies, like the vampires or something? And then Cloak and Daggers, wasn't that also like a TV show too? I don't remember. But anyway, this is explosive and innovative fantasy debut. Okay, I want to pronounce this right, but I don't know if I will. Yasser Sela. I know I did that wrong. Life is not without its challenges. Forced to live with his uncle without a reasonable explanation, he finds himself adjusting to the most nerve-wracking situations imaginable. New school, new rules, new flow, while wishing he could find the reset button and go back to his life in Atlanta. What? That's not in there. I don't know why I did that. Okay. The changes to his body defies every explanation. Okay. What kind of changes, bro? From the supernatural energy pulsing beneath the surface of his skin to his eyes changing colors to match his mood swings. That sounds cool. To his mysterious connection to a stunning beauty who has him completely spellbound. All he can do is what his uncle told him. Keep a low profile, try not to be noticed, and keep his anger under control. No matter how badly he wants to, some things are easier said than done. But what no one knows, not even Yashar himself, is that the horrors of a tragic event has awakened something hidden deep within that will change his life forever. Okay, if only someone warned him what was coming. His uncle didn't warn him, mate? His uncle couldn't warn him? You said he had an uncle, right? Okay. The world's gonna need him, and soon. Or that's he's becoming Sageborn. Now I'm curious what this Sageborn is, because my first thought was like werewolves, but I don't get the vibe that it's werewolves. He said his eyes change color to the mood he is in. That sounds cool. But it also seems like you can't hide your emotions at all. So if you like, you mad? Nah, I ain't mad, but your eyes are red. I ain't mad, bro. Bro, you mad? Bro, I ain't mad. You got straight up red eyes, you know? Next, this will be the last book I will feature in this video. This is called The Needy Little Things by Chanel Desmore. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these names wrong. I get it. My name, Shauna Sagaji. You might be like, Saga what? Sagaji? What is that? So, I mean, it's hard. I get it. Okay, so Needy Little Things. In this debut YA mystery, a black teen with premonition-like powers will solve her friend's disappearance before she finds herself in the same danger. You know what's funny? I randomly chose these books, but every one of these books is giving fantasy, fiction, all that stuff. I'm a fantasy fiction author. I did not deliberately choose fantasy fiction books, mind you. I just looked at the cover and I thought, oh, that looks cool. Let's choose that book, you know? And it just so happened all of these are fantasy fiction-y books. So she has the power of premonition. And her friend has disappeared. Okay, next line. It's Surreally Bryant can hear what people need. Intangible things like a pencil, a hair tie, a phone charger, and the ability only her family and her best friend, Malcolm, knows the truth about. But when she fulfills a need for her friend Deja, who vanished shortly after, Saria is left wondering if her ability is more of a curse than a gift. It isn't the first time one of her friends have landed on the missing persons list, and she's determined not to let her become yet another forgotten girl. That's what I'm talking about. Find your friend. Be that friend. Okay, not trusting the police and the media to do enough on their own, Saria and her friends work together to find out what led to Deja's disappearance. When Saria's mother lost her job and her little brothers faced complications with this sickle cell disease. Dang, girl, just back-to-back stuff keep happening. Managing her time, money, and emotions seem impossible. Desperate, Saria hustle her need, sensing abilities for cash. Ooh, now that's nice. A choice that may not only lead her to Deja, but put her on the same danger Deja found herself in. That is cool. If you can sense money, like, oh yeah, if you go to this set of woods, walk 20 feet in and dig in this exact spot, there's a bag of money hidden right there. That would be nice. Okay, so that is it for these set of videos. I'll come back on my next set of videos, but until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Sagaji TV.